Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I hope everything is going great for you. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Find Out What's in Pelenta's Forrest. Grab yourself a glass of water or a cup of tea and spend the next few minutes with me. Don't believe everything you hear. Check your facts. Do your own research. What that means is, don't be an armchair warrior. Don't believe everything I say. Check it out. Ha! Don't you want to know what my butterflies are saying? What? Don't you want to know what my butterflies are talking? This is Find Out What's in Pelenta's Forrest. Oh my God. You know how hard it was to just do that stupid thing I just did? I took all the breath out of me lungs. All the breath out of me lungs. Man. Woo! So what's up, everybody? How are you doing? How is life treating you? What's happening with your job? You buy a new outfit? Got a haircut? Trying to lose weight? What are you up to? Well, whatever you're up to, from the bottom of my heart, in the middle, in the top, in the sides, I hope whatever you're doing is putting a smile on your face, because you deserve it, and you also deserve respect. Okay? And on that note, we are going to start off by talking about the missing craters on a tiny planet. Now, this is interesting, and I haven't found anything else about it. I haven't found out anything else about it. If you do, send me an email. Let me know. So, it says here, riddle of the missing craters on a tiny planet. As soon as I hear riddle, the first thing that I want to say is, riddle me that, Batman. You know, wasn't that the Riddler? Riddle me that, Batman. But anyway, Ceres is the largest object in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Well, you know what? It should be riddled with craters. But when NASA's Dawn spacecraft started orbiting the dwarf planet last year, guess what? Scientists were surprised to find it was relatively smooth. In a study published Tuesday in Nature Communications, researchers concluded that something mysterious must have erased the marks. Now, you know what? If that doesn't tell you right there, we're not the only intelligence on this planet, people. Sometimes I wonder, about how many people here are actually intelligent. But given the pock-marked appearance of the most asteroid belt objects, scientists expect to see lots of large craters on this tiny planet. Anytime you see a planet, even the moon has craters. You can see the craters from the moon at night when the moon is full. You can see the craters with your naked eye. But Ceres is thought to have formed at the dawn of the solar system 1 to 10 million years or so ago after the onset of formation. Now, let's see here. The Research Guardian. Yeah, so this crater, now small craters make up the surface, but the largest impact crater they found was just 175 miles across. It's just 175 miles long. Holy cow. Do you know how big that is? One crater is 175 miles across. So it's 175 miles long. I wonder how wide it actually is. But oh, wait a minute. It just told me. It's 175 miles long and it's 500 miles wide. My goodness gracious. So the question is, where did all of the craters go? It's like some great big gigantic king-size being had a little buffer, and he went up to the planet and he put a little Bondo on it. You know how you do it. Primered it up and just smoothed it out. It's a mystery, and I'm sure NASA is chomping at the bit because I want to know. But it just points to the fact that there is something special about Ceres, something that we could not have guessed. It's special. Maybe that planet has some kind of some internal thing. It's like, as soon as I get a zit, it's just gonna miraculously, I don't know, I'm trying to come with some, forget it. Moving right along. Now I'm ready to talk some smack about McDonald's. Remember in episode, whatever it was, I don't know, it might have been 12, 13, talking about McDonald's because they keep talking about their chicken McNuggets. And you notice they're talking about the McNuggets more than anything. They're not talking so much about the hamburgers and the fries. They keep talking about the ingredients in these chicken McNuggets. So that leads me to believe that the chicken McNuggets have some issues, okay? McDonald's is trying to shake its image for serving processed junk food. Well, if it wasn't serving processed junk food, it wouldn't have an image to worry about, at least not a negative image. So it says now that it's eliminating some unpalatable ingredients from its most common menu, and that includes chicken McNuggets and other items, without artificial preservatives, and they want to remove high fructose corn syrup from its burger buns. Well, high fructose corn syrup, just like aspartame, sodium chloride, sodium fluoride, chlorine, all that stuff, it disrupts your pineal gland, it calcifies it, it just messes you up all the way around. Eventually, you start having organ failure and things like that, and it's a gradual process. When you put a little bit of poison in your body, even though it's a tiny bit, you get into a habit of that. Over time, it starts to take a very negative effect. So they want to get rid of, high fructose corn syrup, artificial preservatives, so the world's biggest burger chain is fighting to win back customers after 3 straight down years. So Michael Jacobson is the executive director for the Center for Science in the Public Interest. He said that the moves by McDonald's don't seem to address the big picture problem with restaurant food. That's what I just said, because this is my thing. We have the capability to make everybody good food. It's not that we're not capable, okay? Somebody said to me the other night, and if you're actually watching this episode, thank you, because I'm getting ready to repeat something you said, but somebody said that they don't think the problem is Monsanto. They think the problem is actually their practices, because with all the people, they don't think they'd be able to feed us. And I agree with that to a point, because just face it, if Monsanto in fact was doing good things, everybody wouldn't hate Monsanto. So, well, not everybody hates Monsanto, but so regardless if it's their practices or if it's them themselves, there's a problem there that needs to be fixed. What sense does it make if somebody is a vegetarian, and you want to make them a veggie burger? Well, you use beans, you use sprouts, maybe some egg, peppers, quinoa, barley, oat, wheat, stuff like that. Well, that's all wholesome, good stuff. And that was just that quick and just that easy. So I'll make that veggie burger and serve it to somebody. Well, if I can do that, wholesome, organic, just that quick, and it's not that expensive, why are we doing all the extra poison and stuff, and the stuff that is expensive? And you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. It's just like the food is just is killing us. Well, here's some more interesting information. New York police leader is stepping down. New York City Police Commissioner William Bratton is leaving the nation's largest police force after getting credit for keeping crime down but grappling with tensions between police and minority. Well, Bratton's departure was announced on a Tuesday a couple of weeks ago, and he's going to be leaving in September. And somebody else will be replacing him as Commissioner James O'Neill. So I guess he's just about had enough. I don't blame him, quite frankly. And then listen at this. This is... Wait a minute, I got other cool stuff. Okay, so... listen at this here. This is pretty cool. Now, the United States, Britain, joined forces to develop antibiotics. U.S. and British officials announced on an ambitious collaboration Thursday designed to accelerate the discovery and the development of new antibiotics in the fight against one of the most modern era's greatest health threats. And do you know what that is? It's antibiotic resistance. You see, germs are smart. You never hear people talk about germs. You know, they don't have a brain like us, but they have a brain. They know what they want, and they go and get it. And they're getting stronger. I know I'm talking about them like they're a living person, but they're getting stronger. They're getting resistant. So before, when you had a common cold and you took Dimetapp, for instance, well, now it's not working. And it has nothing to do with you personally. It has to do with the antibiotic and how it is getting stronger, meaning it's resisting. It's not working like it's supposed to. It wants a raise or something. Maybe it needs a cup of coffee. But antibiotics are starting to say the heck with you dang humans. So CARB-X is for combating antibiotic resistance bacteria biopharmaceutical accelerator. Now, this is going to create one of the world's largest public-private partnerships focused on preclinical discovery and development of a new antimicrobial product. Now, the undertaking includes 2 agencies in the U.S. Health and Human Services Department that focus on biomedical research, and also Britain's Wellcome Trust and it's a London-based global biomedical research charity, but it also includes academic, industry, and other non-governmental organizations. So, yeah, we need antibiotics because people are getting sick. Okay, well, check this out. Drug lord leaves Mexican prison. This is in Mexico City. Ernesto, also known as Don Neto Fonseca Carrillo, who was convicted in the 1985 killing of a U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration agent, was transferred from prison to house arrest Thursday to serve the remainder of his sentence. Now, you're probably wondering, if this person actually did all this, why would they move them from prison to house arrest? Well, here we go. The ailing 86-year-old co-founder of the Guadalajara cartel was taken overnight to a house near the capital and entrusted to the care of his wife. Fonseca, convicted in the 1985 kidnapping and murder of a DEA agent, Enrique Camarena, has served nearly 10 years of his 40-year sentence. Well, when they sentenced him 40 years, they knew that he's going to die because he's 86 and he's only served 10 years of his sentence. But now, since he's got failing health, he gets to go home. I always wonder about that. You notice when people do really bad, heinous stuff, and then all of a sudden they get sick. Well, they're too sick to be in prison. So they get to go home. And it's like, well, what about the crime that they committed? It's like, okay, you murdered and hacked up women and children, and you laughed about it. You got caught. Now you're in jail. Prison. You've served 10 years, but now you're sick, and you're too sick to be in prison, so now you get to get out and come home and kick it with your old wife while she takes care of you until you die. Meanwhile, all the people that you hurt, they're going to be suffering until the day they die because of what you did. That just trips me out. So moving on to some more corruption. Listen at this. Mayor accused in drug sexting. Here I go. Why? A 3-term Northern Virginia mayor was arrested on drug charges after he tried to trade 2 grams of methamphetamine for sex acts in what turned out to be an undercover sting operation. Fairfax Mayor R. Scott Silverthorne was arrested after meeting at a hotel with an undercover detective he approached through a website used to arrange sexual encounters between men. Okay, well, Police Captain Jack Harden said they received a tip that Silverthorne had been arranging drugs for sex encounters. Police then set up an online profile on the website, and within 2 days, Silverthorne made contact with the detective who had set up a fake profile. Well, they had information on what the mayor was looking for, what type of activities he wanted to engage in, so they set him up. So now he worked as a substitute teacher in Fairfax public schools, you know. So anyway, he's not in jail now. They released him, but his hearing is going to be on October 31st. And he's facing multiple felony charges, drug distribution, misdemeanor charges of possession, drug paraphernalia, and all kinds of stuff. And this is a mayor. You know, our Stockton mayor is having some problems right now, and I hope that he is innocent and that what he's saying is correct. Anyway, let me see. I know there's something here that I wanted to read. Okay, well, some more news. The family of a man killed by LA officer was just awarded $2.2 million. Listen to this. A jury in a civil case on a Tuesday awarded $2 million to a family of a 26-year-old man who was shot and killed by a Los Angeles police officer in 2013. So that's progress. You know, because, I mean, like I've said before, you have to hold these people accountable, not just police officers, but everybody, you know. And let's see. Also, listen to this. Now, you know, I swear, after this, I am no longer going to talk about the Zika virus, because you're probably sick of hearing it, and I'm sick of talking about it. It's like my worst little nightmare. So, the state gets U.S. fund to track and treat Zika. California will receive federal help this week to help identify and treat babies born with microcephaly, the devastating neurological defect caused by the Zika virus. So the state has already gathered up, between $200,000 and $720,000 to get this started. So they're in Puerto Rico. It's affected Latin America. It's traveled as far north as the Bay Area, Madeira. Zika can also be sexually transmitted, so that's why I've told you to, use condoms. Man, don't get so wrapped up in the moment because, man, when you're down there, that was so immature. I just realized that. It's like, when you're down there, starts to burn, boy, you're going to be in big trouble. That was tacky. I apologize. I don't know what came over me, but it's true. Dang it. Use a stinking condom. Shoot. You get to catching on fire and your stuff gets to burning up and falling off. And then you're going to wish you had. Stupid. Okay, so anyway, I had to read this, and I'm just going to read it. And I'm not going to say anything, okay? Law to criminalize gay sex is sought. Now, this is happening in Jakarta, Indonesia. Indonesia's constitutional court is considering whether to make gay sex a crime after accepting a judicial review petition from Islamic activists. activist. A group calling itself the Family Love Alliance says an existing law that criminalizes sex between adults and minors of the same gender and which mandates a prison sentence of up to 15 years should be amended to also apply to sexual acts between adults of the same gender. Homosexuality is not illegal in Indonesia, the world's most populous Muslim nation, but criminalizing sexual activity between consenting adults would change that. Okay. Well, you know how I like to show y'all nice pictures. I'm not going to say nothing about that. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to leave that alone. Let that resonate in your lovely brain cells. Well, actually, no, I got to say something. Eventually, you're not going to be able to wipe your butt because somebody is going to tell you the proper way to do it. Red pill, blue pill. Choice is yours. Now, you know, I like to show you beautiful pictures. And this says, it's colorfully cloudy on Broadway. Saul McCoy to the left of Sacramento and Isaiah Williams of Elk Grove are members of Sacramento's Artists Collaborative Paint a mural at Broadway Coffee in Oak Park on Thursday. They used spray cans to craft the 3D effect. So they painted this mural. And it looks pretty cool. Let me show you. You know, I see a lot of the, you know, the tagging and whatever you call it, but it takes talent to do this. You know, so that's that there. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I most certainly appreciate it. You know, I'm always trying to say something positive to help people along because people are suffering. I mean, there's a lot of happiness in this world that you could just reach out and grab. Everything isn't all doom and gloom, but there's a lot of stuff going on. You know, people are losing loved ones. People are hurting. So, you know, if you can, just please say a kind word to somebody. You know, seriously, you never know how your kind words could change their outlook on their whole entire life. You know, it's very important. So let's just be nice to each other, love each other, respect each other, people. It's not that hard, and being happy is not a bad thing. So as usual, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Go to my website, PelentaRForrest.com, and purchase a copy of my book, Angels Passing Through. You will love it. It's also available. It's available everywhere. Amazon, Yahoo, Barnes & Noble, you know, you name it. So on that note, keep watching. Many more shows to come. If you have any suggestions, please send them to me. I am so very grateful for everything, and I am grateful for you too. So we're going to get on out of here with one love. And like I always tell you, we are one. Have a fabulous rest of your evening. Hug your loved ones. Be nice to people. And God bless you. God bless you all. Thank you.